Okay, good afternoon, everybody. So we are here for our last live assembly, and let's check that everyone in school can hear me. So if you can hear me, we're going to ask some of you in a second to say hello to everyone at home. But if you can hear me, can you give me a wave? Yeah, lots of waves. So I'm hopefully everyone can hear me at home as well. So I think we'll start by choosing a class to come on screen and say hi to everyone. So let's go. Now, last week, Pat's class didn't have a microphone, so we're going to test and see if we can hear them today. So, Pat's class, if you want to unmute yourself, hopefully we better hear you. And do you want to say good afternoon to everyone?
Right now,
Great. I can hear you today. Hi, everyone. Say hi. Give us a wave.
Hi.
Brilliant. Fantastic. And let's choose another class. Let's choose one over at the junior school. Let's go. I'm going to have to go for year 6. One of the year 6 classes is it's their last day today. So choose Mrs. Offler's class. Mrs. Offler, can you unmute yourself and say hi? I can see Joseph is sitting in a fancy chair. Okay, great. Let's get me back on screen then. Wonderful. So in school, we've got lots of classes joining us. Some are logging on as we speak. Some are already there and watching, and some might be watching through a different stream as well. So I'm just going to make sure that everyone's hopefully on. So today I'm going to get you to do some thinking. Our last assembly, we've already had some wonderful things go out to homes, and some of you have watched them as well. The year 2 leavers video has been put online for you guys to watch, which is wonderful. And the year 6 leavers video is online now for everyone to watch. And also this morning we had a lovely infant assembly online, a bit like this, that Sophie led, where we said goodbye to some people in the some people from the infant school and some children from the infant school. And also Mrs. Simmons uploaded her end of year assembly for the junior school earlier this week, and that's available to watch online as well. Got some more classes joining, which is awesome. So I'm going to get you to do some thinking at home and in school. So in a minute, I'm going to put up a picture to get you to think. And so this afternoon's picture, and some of you have got a preview if you're in school, you can see my little picture at the bottom before I put it onto the screen, but ever at home, it's going to be a bit of a surprise for you. I've got a picture that I want you to look at. Let me just put it on screen now for you. Let's just get, okay. So here is, so this activity, this bit of thinking is going to be an extension from last week. So last week we looked at a tree with different people on the tree, and the tree was to talk about how things had felt and things that had changed through lockdown. So some of you reflected on stuff that's happened recently, some of you reflected on things that happened right back in March, and then some of you talked about how your feelings and how you've looked at things in lockdown had changed during that time. I now want you to think about the future. So I want you to think about going into summer and coming into September. So coming into school for the first time in a long time, or go into a new classroom, or if you're year 6, you'll be thinking about going to your new secondary school. And I've put a few emojis, there they are on your screen, lots of different emojis which will show you or demonstrate how you might feel about that. So I'm going to stop talking in a minute, and when I say go, if you're in your classes, I want you to talk with your teacher. If you're at home, I want you to maybe think by yourself, or if there's someone in the room with you, you can talk to them as well about how you're feeling about September. Choose an emoji, and you might even have 2. You might think, well, I know I'm going to be a bit nervous, but I'm going to really enjoy it when I actually arrive. I know that. So you might have 2. So choose 1 or 2, and then I'm going to ask for people in school to come on the screen and feedback. And people at home, and there's lots of people at home. So I've got Sebastian said hi, Christina said hi, Layla said hi. So there's a few people at home watching. There's lots more on my list. If you can type how you're feeling about September, and I'm going to give you a little bit of time because I know it takes a bit longer to type. So you can start typing now if you're at home. Choose your emoji and write about how you're feeling about September. You can start typing now. Everyone in school, in a second, when I say go, you need to talk as a group. And I'm going to leave the emojis up on the screen, and I'm going to be quiet for about 2 or 3 minutes to give everyone a chance to talk. And then I'm going to come to each class that's online with me, and I'm looking for one person to share the emoji they've chosen and how they're feeling about September. That'd be really great. Give me a thumbs up if you think you can do that. Yes, loads of thumbs up. Great. So I think that's clear. Okay, so I'm going to make that full screen for you. Like this. And I'm going to mute myself and leave it really quiet for 2 or 3 minutes to give you some thinking time or some discussion time in your classes. Okay, off you go. Okay, 30 seconds, guys, and then I'm going to come back. Okay, so I'm now going to ask someone. I know that some of you can't see the screen at the moment in lessons, but you can definitely hear me, which is wonderful, and you can see the emojis. So I'm going to choose. So let's remind ourselves what the task was. The task was to choose an emoji about how you're feeling going into the summer and then into September. And I've got some have wrote lots of stuff from home. Some people have got some really good reflections. So I'm going to read some of those out in a second. But to start with, let's get a class. Let's start with Miss Simpkins' bubble, key worker bubble. So give me 1 second. I'm going to put you on the screen. Okay, 1 second. Okay, you're now live. So who's gonna share with us?
Do you want to come on now?
I feel like the one at the top because I'm really excited to go to my new class.
So is that the smiley one?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Excellent. That's how you're feeling going into September.
And I feel like the last one because I'm going to learn new stuff.
Because you're going to learn new stuff. So that's kind of like a... So how would you explain that face then? Are you talking about the one at the bottom right-hand corner?
Yeah, on the last line.
Okay, and how would you explain that face then? What's the emotion that's being shared there, do you think?
Because I'm going to learn new stuff.
Oh, learning new stuff. So it's kind of like awe and wonder.
We talked about that emoji, meaning that you felt curious about new things.
Ah, curious. That's a good. I wonder what that emoji is, but a curious emoji sounds really good. It's kind of shocked and curious, isn't it?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. And I'm going to put the screen back on for people at home so they can see which one we're talking about. The one in the bottom right-hand corner is what was being explained there as awe and wonder, curious. That's fantastic. Thank you, Miss Simpkins group. Let's have Joanna's group. 1 second. I'm just going to get you so we can see you. Okay, so everyone at home can see you now. So who's gonna share? You're gonna need to unmute yourself first.
Okay, so say which one you are.
I feel like the one at the top smiling because I'm excited to go in here too.
Yeah.
So the smiley one at the top because you're excited about going into your new class. Excellent. Was someone else going to share? I saw 2 people stand up.
Want to share yours? Can we stand here?
I feel like the one who's crying with the blue lines.
Okay.
So left.
I am sad to leave the classroom.
He said he quite likes this classroom. We've had a look at our new classroom though, so we're just getting used to it.
Oh, but he prefers the one he's in at the moment, which I can see. That's fine. The other ones are just as good, but I understand what you're saying. Okay, wonderful. I'm going to put quickly as we flick screens. I'm going to put the emojis back up just so people at home can have a quick look again so you can see which ones they're referring to. Let's go to Mrs. Malim's group. Let's get those on the screen a second. So who's going to talk? Go on, Em.
Hi, I'm going to do the first one and the last one because I'm happy to go to secondary. The first emoji and the last emoji.
It's the happy emoji.
Happy emoji and the nervous one because I'm kind of nervous to go to secondary school because no one in our year is going to the same school as me, so I'm going to need to make new friends. And then I'm kind of happy to make new friends because it's like new start. Beginning.
Oh, that's great. So it's a mixture of emotions, which is not uncommon at this time, especially when you're moving on to a new school like you guys are.
But Quentin's a good boy, so he can handle it. Yeah.
Excellent. That's good to hear. Well done. Brilliant. Thank you. Okay, let's get this back on so we can see. And I'm just going to see if I can appear in the corner because I'm going to read some from home now before we go to the next class. Okay, here we go. Is that going to work? Yes. Okay, so I've got some great ones at home, some great reflections. So let's have a quick look. hopefully I can read most of them. So Layla has said, I would be the happy one on the top left corner. So you can see that one, because I would be nervous. I'm happy to see everyone, but I'd be nervous because I haven't been to school for so long. So it's kind of a mixture of emotions again. That's something that is quite familiar, I think. So we got River, who said, I feel really excited, but feel like I might be a bit overwhelmed. So I wonder which emoji you're referring to. Maybe it's the top right hand corner one, which is a bit of a crazy one, maybe a little silly one. Got Ruben says, I'm feeling good that I'm moving to the juniors, excited about being back in school with my friends. And I would say that that's the shocked emoji. But also a bit also the sad one, because I missed being able to go back to my school, but now I'm happy to look forward to the holidays and return in September. That's a really good answer. Okay, I've got a few more and I'll come to those in a minute, but I'm going to move to another class. So let's go for Pat's class, because last week they couldn't speak because we couldn't hear them, their microphone, but this week their microphone's working. So Pat's class, who likes to share?
Right, can you hear us today?
Yes, we can. Whee.
Would you like to tell Mr Beament which emoji you chose?
I chose the one.
The bottom left. Tell Mr Beament why you've chosen that one.
I've chosen that one because I'm gonna miss Pat and I'm just gonna miss her.
And what about school? Are you going to miss all your friends as well?
I won't, because they'll be in it.
Oh, you mean in September they'll be with you, so you won't miss them. You're only going to miss me. Okay, well that's really sweet. Okay, Skylar, would you like to come and tell us which emoji you've chosen, please? Come over here by me so Mr Beament can see you in the camera.
I like the one with the heart on its eyes.
Can you say it in a big voice?
I like the one with the heart on its eyes.
The one with the heart on its eyes. Why do you like that one the best?
It looks funny.
Because it looks funny, and Skylar really likes to have fun, Mr Beament.
Oh, that's brilliant. Well, it doesn't surprise me at all. That's fantastic. And I can imagine a lot of your class are probably feeling a bit like they're going to miss you. So I really understand that. But it looks like there's some excitement for September as well, which is wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's go to Sarah's group.
Did you make them?
Okay. Go on then, Sarah's group. Who's gonna share?
Max is gonna share. So Max, which emoji were you? You said, yeah, they might not be able to see because you're pointing at it. He was the really happy one in the top left corner. Do you want to tell everybody why you chose that one? Nice loud voice, facing that way. Why was that?
Because I'm too happy, because I could go in year 2 and then be grown up.
I don't know if you heard that. Thank you, Max. He said, I'm going to be really super happy about going into year 2 because I'm growing up.
Oh, wow. You look like you've grown at least a foot since March, I reckon, as well.
And we thought it was really lovely that Max actually had the confidence to be the one to share with everybody, because we were talking about it, some of them were a bit shy and it's the same people each week that want to share. But Max said, I'm going to be brave and do it. So we were really pleased. And it's a different kind of sharing, isn't it? It's on a computer for everyone to see at home and in school. So that's really brave. Well done, Max. Good job. Excellent. Okay, so let's have a little look. I'm going to bring up some surprise guests next. So get ready. Social distancing, obviously. 1 meter plus. Okay. Okay, guys. So what emoji were you two? Are you sharing an emoji or we got separate ones? You might need to unmute yourself. It's like a Downing Street press conference.
Well, I think we're definitely the big smiley face in the left-hand corner.
We're looking forward to seeing everybody when they come back to school in September.
And I'm feeling very much the emoji with the love hearts in my eyes as we're moving through into the summer and coming back all together in September again.
Yeah, but maybe a little bit of the one on the left at the bottom as well, because we'll miss everybody who's moving on to a new adventure.
So it's a mixture of emotions as well, but I agree with you totally. If I was going to choose one, my big there needs to be a tired emoji there somewhere as well, doesn't there? But I'm definitely the smiling one, where because we're getting everyone back in September. That's a really big, really important and really exciting thing. Thank you very much. Well done. Got you on the spot a bit there, but well prepared. Excellent. Gold stars all around. Okay, let's bring the emojis back, and I'm going to have a few from home until we move on to another class. So we've got Mrs. Brown's group aren't on the screens, unfortunately, but they have wrote to us because they haven't been able to get the technology going, and they've said that they've had a discussion, and it's the teeth showing one because they're a bit nervous about the new classes and maybe having to work harder. So that's interesting discussions happening in that class. They can't join us, their computer's not working, but they are watching, which is brilliant. So thank you, Mrs. Brown's group. And we have Layla, who hasn't said what the emoji is, but in capital letters, lots of exclamation marks, has said we are now in year 5. So obviously quite excited about moving into year 5 and excited about moving with Miss Drake's class. Okay, we've got there's quite a few here, guys. I'm not going to get through them all but they're really good, and I would print them all off and read them all properly later, but there's some great ones. We've got Jaspo says he's a bit worried. He's the one at the bottom that's a little bit worried right now because it's been a long time since he's been in school, and I'm sure there's lots of children at home that feel that way, so you wouldn't be the only one. And I'm sure when you get back in September, it'd be like you've never been away when you see all your friends and your teachers and the staff again. There is loads, guys. I'm going to try my best to get through a few more in a minute. Let's see if I can find another one before we get to the next class. We've got a couple, actually. It's quite interesting. We've got 3 that have said something similar. They've said, I'm just trying to find names. They've said that they feel a little bit of all of them, or most of them, over the last couple of weeks and going into the summer. And they feel that they're going to feel a bit like all of those going into September as well. That's a really interesting observation. Well done. Let's have a quick look let's get another class. So we've got, I'm just trying to see who we haven't had. We've had Joe's, we've had Miss Simpkins, we've had Trish, we've had Sarah.
You haven't had Mrs. Offler.
Oh, Mrs. Offler, how can I forget you guys? I apologise. It's at the bottom of my list on my screen, but I was just about to get to you. There you go. You're on the screen now, guys. Who's going to share? Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Offler.
Ashley, you were going to say which emoji showed how you were feeling?
I'm feeling the first one and the third one because I'll be the only one going back to secondary school. I'm excited to make new friends.
Fantastic. Did you hear that?
We heard bits of it. Could you just summarise it for us?
Yeah, so she's feeling the first one on the top row, the first face and the third face, because she's off to Ridlington and she's the only person going from year 6 to that school. So she's feeling really excited about the new opportunities and things like that, but a bit sad and a bit worried about what's going to happen because she's going to have to make lots of friends really quickly. But she's a very friendly girl, so I know she'll do really well. So,
oh, thank you. That's a really, and it is for our year 6s who are definitely going to be in a different school in September, not just a different classroom. It is a big step for you and a bit of a strange one for you this year. It's a bit different for you guys, but we know you're going to be awesome. You're going to do a great job, whichever school you're at. So, and we're looking forward to hearing all about how well you do. So thank you, year 6. It's amazing. Okay. Is there anyone else I've missed? Can you unmute yourself and give me a shout if I've missed you? I know there's some classes that are watching. So Mrs. Brown's class, for example. Is there anyone missing? Someone's unmuted themselves? No. Okay, so we're gonna finish there. So I want to say, before we have our goodbyes, and we'll go through the classes so they can say goodbye. That'd be nice. Before we go off for our summer, I just want to say, a huge thank you to all the staff, all the children, all our families for this year. It's been an interesting year, but as always, it's been wonderful learning with you and spending time with you and being in school and online with you as well this year as well, which has been exciting. Huge, massive good luck to people who are leaving us. and to year sixes. And don't forget, there's 2 videos that have been posted online today for the year 2 leavers ones, year 2 leavers and year 6 leavers for you to watch as well. So that's brilliant. So what we're going to do, you don't want to see me much longer, so I'm going to go through each class and you get a chance to wave. You have to unmute yourself, wave, say goodbye, tell you when you're on the screen, and we'll go through each class and we can all wave to each other and say goodbye before we go for our summer. So let's go one class at a time. I'm going to start with Sophie and Mrs. Simmons. They're laughing away in the office, probably some funny jokes. I don't know if you want to wave and say goodbye.
Oh, Sophie, you missed it.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Is that
the Mexican wave with just too fast.
Should we try to do a Mexican wave? So you're going to pass your Mexican wave on to Pat's class. So Pat, you need to do a Mexican wave goodbye.
Okay, here we go. Go on, do it again.
Mexican wave. Almost. Unmute yourself, Pat. We can hear you. No.
Right, wave now, guys. Wave.
Bye. And let's go for Joe's class. Going to pass on the Mexican wave. Hey. Pass on the Mexican wave. Wonderful. And we've got Mrs. Simpkins' class. Wait a second, you're not being sent yet. Oh, I've got a technical thing. Second, I'm going to try a different one. We've got Miss Malin's class. Say bye. I can hear you down the corridor. All right, Miss Simpkins, we've lost Miss Simpkins' class, I'm afraid, but we will go for Sarah's group. Wait for it. Okay, you're on screen. Do you want to unmute and say bye? Throw the Mexican wave.
Do our Mexican wave. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Arms up in the air. Oh!
Can hear you all down the corridor. And Mrs. Offler's group.
Ready, go.
Hey! Perfect. I think that's everyone. We've lost, I can't believe it, we've lost Miss Simpkins' class of Frozen, but I wonder if they're still there. So I don't know if they're still there. I'm sure they're, if they wave. Oh, you're there. We've lost your screen for audio to hear you. Okay. And I'm going to say goodbye. So bye, everyone. Say bye, everyone at home as well. If you want to type bye, I'll print it out and I can share it. Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful summer. Bye. Everyone wave.